when I approached the MAC to do this event, I sent them a bit of a spiel, which I'll now read part of it to you now. As artists, we often feel isolated, and we don't have much dialogue with each other. This dialogue is essential for artistic communities to grow. Without it, we keep running out of ideas. Conventional wisdom becomes bad wisdom if not challenged. And what I mean by bad wisdom is ideas which we've inherited, but then we fail to question. Like, for instance, now there's the idea that the artist must suffer for his art, to which I say, why? But the biggest piece of bad wisdom, in my view, that we've inherited is the idea that an artist should be anti-establishment. This is like become a dominant thing with artists. I remember a few years ago, I was approached by a promoter who said that he saw me performing and he liked my stuff. And he said, "Oh, there's a scheme called Decibel, which you should definitely apply for, which is a scheme for artists, ethnic minority artists." But I had the idea that as an artist I shouldn't be working or colluding with a mainstream organisation who wants me to fill in a form. So I didn't fill in the form and I didn't get the gig. So I know that artists can sabotage themselves because of vague notions like that, and I decided to think, well, I wonder why I believe that and where that idea came from. In the 1960s, there was a movement, countercultural revolution, which you may have heard of. A movement against authority and institutions. And you could say that artists were leading the charge, but it's ironic that as long as artists, as long as the thing that they advocated remained impossible to achieve, they could go on being the heroes and being celebrated and basking in the glory. But as soon as the technology developed to make that dream a reality, that artists have started to suffer, and I think that they have been absorbed by that anti-establishment movement and have been overtaken, and now they face extinction. Artists are on the wrong side of the battle. Artists have sided with the digital pirates, especially musicians. They have sided with piracy because it's cool. In fact, if we get rid of all the institutions, art will go with it, because there'll be nobody to preserve it and there'll be nobody to value it. So the thing I want to say to artists is that I think that they should definitely seriously question the idea of the counterculture and the being anti-establishment, because if they don't, then we could be the last generation of artists ever.